Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? Hello Chess Kid. 1 second please. So, am I pronouncing your name correctly? Kochira? Kochira? I don't feel like I'm doing that right. Kochira. Yeah, that make. Yeah, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Kochira. Okay. Kochira. All right, I can make that work. Okay. Is it just one set today? I believe it is. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, it's best of 7. Okay. Yeah, this is the first time doing this, so doing a submax out match. So this is going to be all new to me. So best of 7. I do not have enough hearts to accommodate for that, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, let's get to the main page here. Also, I'm looking for your page, Kochira. Can't seem to find. Oh wait, maybe if I type in KOCC. Ah, here it is. Found it. Perfect. As soon as I say that. So are we doing SPS today? All right, let's get you guys a seed. Let me. Your seed is Charlie 0999 9 Charlie. Sorry guys, I'm going to be pinging you guys in the bot stuff. All right. Pronouns are not said, so I'm just going to assume both of you guys are males. Okay. That's a good question. Let's see the rules. Best of 7. So level select, the options are 9, 12, 15, and 18. No vetoing. Higher seed picks level first. The one with the higher qual scores. So, who has the higher qual score here? Kochira. 6-4. Huh. I don't even see 6-4 on here. Oh, I'm reading the chat now. Looks like everyone has agreed to for 6-4 to choose the level select, which is fine with me. Both players are ready. We can't do... Oh. I didn't realize 6-4 can't do same piece sets, so Kochira, can you just go back to like the Tetris regular Tetris mode? All right, both players are ready. Let's get started for game number 1. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. The players are off. I have not been keeping up with what's happening with Submaxoutclub. Never had a chance to qualify either because of school, but from with what I've gotten here and there, looks like the competition is pretty good. And it maybe the competition might be almost over. Not too sure, to be honest. Let's go back to the bot stuff really quick. 6-4 already in some trouble here. Ooh, almost was not able to get that one piece over to the left side. And this is looking dire for 6-4. 6-4 misdrops the S. And yeah. Oh, nope. 6-4 tops out at 16,000. Kochira, you're good for game number 1. GG's. Yeah, 9 is acceptable. Let's get ready for game number 2. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Now, the last time I covered a game that started on level 9, I accidentally misread a score. The score was, well, what I thought I read was 191,000 was really 19,000. And I understand why I did this. It's because I was, playing so many games that, or I was commentating on so many games that, never went beyond, 100K. My brain's like, oh, this is totally like, 100, K plus score, and you don't need to double check that. No, why would you need to do that? But that definitely bit me in the butt, though. Kochira currently at 24,064, or at 6'4", 48. I was so since then I've been very conscientious about making sure that what I'm reading is correct, because clearly I cannot read numbers apparently, but that's okay. Another touch for SixFour, almost hitting 100K. Kochira 48. No good places for those Z's for Kochira. SixFour miles ahead. I didn't realize this. He's been doing a lot of pushdown points. It's about 20 lines ahead. So the pace is really not. They're pretty much even in pace. Kochira kind of was in a dangerous situation. Was able to get out of it. Nice adjustment for the long bar. Kochira currently at 66. 6'4", 135. Kochira has some junk that's blocking the right well, opens it, but it's still not going to be a clean board. He's waiting for a long bar. He's going to jam it down there. Is Tetris ready now? Kochira waiting for the long bar is going to get it. Tetris for Kochira, 93, 6'4", 161. SixFour with the single to clean up the board. Kochira with the adjustment to accommodate that, or to create a center well. Will it pay off? It will. Touches for Kochira, gets another long bar, and has a center well set up. Kochira is doubling down, and this will be and that long bar will create a perfect well transfer for Kochira. Meanwhile, 6'4" with the high Z tower that's forming. Man, these pieces suck for 6'4". Yeah, that doesn't burn anything. 6'4" trying to get to that deep channel. Nope, I forgot to get rid of the seed checker. Let's do that really quick. Kochira 156, 6'4", 220. SixFour goes into level 10 at 233. Kochira has about 25 more lines before he gets to that point. SixFour off to level 11. SixFour creates the intentional long bar dependency, seeing that there is a long bar in the next box. Touches for Kochira. Another touches for Kochira. I'm going to read what Kochira. Chira. Okay. Close enough. Kochira. 6'4" off to level 12. Currently at 282. Meanwhile, Kochira just about to go into level 10 at 242. The line count is pretty big. Or line differential, I mean. Six plugs the mini channel that was forming in column 2. Reopens it. Creates a J dependency. So now again, the J has to plug the main well. Gets a long bar instead to fill it in. Has a JL dependency, fills that in. Attaches for 6'4". 6'4" currently at 358. Kochira in a bit of trouble here. Opens the well though. Attaches for Kochira. Currently at 285. Has about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of trash that needs to be taken care of. Ooh. There was an opportunity to get rid of all that junk more quickly, but 6'4" was not unable to see that in time. 6'4" goes into level 16 or level 18 speeds at 365. That's just for 6'4", 385. Kochira is on level 12, 306. I didn't. Did I promote this? Yes, I did. Okay. Kochira. Touches for Kochira, 358, 6'4". In a bit of trouble here. Gets a long bar for that long bar dependency, but has another one on the far left. Level 18 speeds. I believe 6'4" is a hyper tapper, so has more flexibility versus a DAS player, but ends up topping out anyway. 6'4" tops out at 437. Kochira, you're in a chase down. Your goal or your target is 438. 438. Kochira, 394. Being forced to create more. It's forced to create more. Put more weight onto the right well, but is getting it down pretty decently. Might be going dirty. Has opted not to. Kochira off to level 18 speeds at 403. And just a reminder, your target is 437. Oh, at 438. 3-8. Kochira trying to get Tetris ready. Kochira taking the burns. It's clean. Tetris for Kochira, 431. A Tetris will do. And one more burn for safekeepings, and Kochira has game number 2. GG's. Let's get Kochira their hearts. Both players are ready. Let's get started for game number 3. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Thank you, Chess Kid and SixFour for the follow. Appreciate that. The players are off. So at this point, 9 out of 10 times when the players start, there's really not much to commentate on. But I'm thinking about treating these parts of streams as more of a podcast kind of. Like I want to have like mini what's the word called? Monologues. I want to have some monologues when players are starting off at level 18, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, because I feel like there's a lot of like dead air, especially at these moments. I'm just looking at the screens. They're doing their thing. Like there's really not much to talk about. I remember, Ronkley kind of suggested that when someone asked him like some commentary tips, and he suggested, just talk about whatever for the first, for level 18. But once things become more complicated, once people go on to level 19, that's really when all the crazy stuff happens. So that's what I plan on doing. And now, am I prepared to actually have a monologue? Nope, because I literally just thought of this yesterday. Or I thought about implementing this yesterday, and there's things I need to figure out, like, what to talk about. There's a lot of, there's a couple things I would like to talk about, but at the same time, it's like, I want to be more, and not that I'm not, but I want the conversations to be inclusive. I don't want to, alienate people by, talking about politics or something like that. I want the conversations to just be lighthearted, kind of like, background noise for, I want to kind of be like background noise for the players and stuff. And hopefully I can perfect that over the coming months. And also too, I'm trying to, so my cousin, he's not a Tetris player, but he wants to get into commentary in general. And I think giving him the opportunity to commentate these Tetris matches is a great opportunity for him, especially since he had set opportunities to do it at his college, but it just didn't work out. But to go back to the game really quick, SixFour currently at 283, Kochira 250. But yeah, I really hope that I can really train my cousin to really understand all the Tetris lingo and all that, and for him to start commentating on his own, get his own channel, get his own like I don't think we've had a perspective or a commentator where, you know, the commentator has basically no knowledge of Tetris, and I think having that perspective here in the community would be very interesting. So I'm excited to see what the players can do, or what my cousin can do with, you know, the very limited knowledge that he has. But he will learn something. He will learn all the lingo and all that eventually. Kochira currently at 365, 6'4", 325. Very close game. I've definitely been doing more commentary than I have played in games. I feel like playing or commentating is like whatchamacallit. It's easier to commentate to accommodate players who need restreamers versus, you know, trying to seek out a player and all that. You know, all of that's already set up. I don't know. It's just easier for some reason. 6'4" goes in level 19 at some point right under 400k, and Kochira is going to top out 407. 6'4", you're good. You're good for game number 3. GG's. That was a close one. Yeah, that's my bad. I should have been keeping you updated on that. I just got into this whole monologue. Both players are ready. Let's get started for game number 4. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both players are choosing level 9 this go around. 6'4" is opting to push down a lot. SixFour opting to slow down, especially since the board is getting quite high. Gets the Tetris. Kochira gets the long bar, gets their first Tetris of the game. Kochira 12,000. 6'4", 26. Nice talk for Kochira. Kochira taking the burn. Is Tetris ready? Takes the burn. Kochira. Kochira takes a double and then a Tetris, 28. Going to make sure these players are more informed with when the transition happens. Got to keep that in mind. Once this matches them, I'm heading out for a run. It's beautiful where I am. It's currently like 74. Partly sunny, or it is sunny. No clouds. I'm going to go for like a 45-minute run. That's going to be nice. SixFour currently at 92,000. Kochira 100K. Yeah, Kochira breaks 100K. And we got a commercial from SixFour. Fandandytastic. I guess let capitalism do its thing. Kochira is back at the bottom, 124. Crap, it's a whole minute of ads. Come on, man. Not cool. No good place for that. Z. Oh, no good place for that. L either. Forcing Kochira to be in a difficult spot here. Is handling it well though. Interesting late adjustment. I don't know. I don't think that's what Kochira intended. And the ad's over and we're back. SixFour is back currently at 180. Tetris over SixFour, 192. SixFour just about 8 lines away. 8 lines away to level 10 transition. Kochira 25 lines away, which is expected because SixFour decided to do a lot of pushdown during the beginning of the game. Dirty touch from SixFour, 218. Everything. SixFour is clean at the moment. SixFour goes to level 10 at 219. Kochira 151. Still trying to get out of this dig. It is now clean. SixFour 246. Kochira 178. For the people who had just joined in, we have Kochira, who is a DAS player, and we have SixFour, who is a hybrid player. So I assume that means a roller and a DAS player, I'm thinking. The first couple of games were pretty good. I think one of them was an early top up, but other than that, it's been a pretty good game for both players. A lot. I think the first or the second game was a level 9 star. First was an 18, and it doesn't seem like the speed changes is really affecting these players. Like going back and forth between 12 and going back and forth between 12 and like 15 and 18 just completely screws up my rhythm. So GG's to these players that can just deal with that. It just messes with me psychologically. I don't know why. Kochira currently at 267, 6'4", 373. Another test for Kochira goes in level 13. Currently got 302, 6'4", already on level 18 speeds. Touches for 6'4", 433. Just trying 6'4", really committing to the center well here. Just decides to burn it down. It's going to take care of this nicely. Sort of. Kind of, yeah. It's not bad. Not a bad adjustment. 6'4", 443, 309. Or Kochira is currently at 309. Kochira with the misdrop. I don't know if anything can get over, and that misdrop of the L is going, or of the J is going to end it for Kochira. Kochira tops out at 309. 6'4", you're good for game number 4. GG's. And we're back at a tied set. Rip that missed flat burn. Oh, I missed that. 480 going to level 19 from a level 9 start. That's pretty good. Oh, dash tap. Okay. Ready 18. Both players are ready. Let's get ready for game number 5. And this is not a decider. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. For the Submaxoutclub games, it's best out of 7. So it is possible that we can have another tight set. Or there is still a possibility for a decider. That's what I'm trying to say. Kochira already in a bit of trouble here. More misdrops, and that's an early top out for Kochira. Kochira tops out at 3,040. 6'4", you're good for game number 5. That was very unfortunate. GG's to both players. All right, 6'4" is in match point. Kochira choosing level 9. Both players are ready. Let's get started for game number 6. That's the first time saying that. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. For a second, I'm like, why do these players have different pieces? But I forgot they're not doing SPS. They haven't been this entire time. Yay me. Kochira currently at, well, both players, well, 6-4 is in the lead with 2 points. Kochira gets the first Tetris of the game, 12,000. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. It was yesterday, or no, it was 2 days ago. I was commentating a match that was starting level 12. The player topped out at 20 lines on level 9 start. And I really thought that the board said 190 or whatever. It wasn't. It was like 19,000. Not 191,000. And yeah, that's yes, when I make mistakes like that, that's just annoying. It's annoying for me. I hope everyone after this match goes outside. Hopefully it's beautiful where you're at. I need to do it for my fitness. I need to do it for my mental health and zen. And to be in zen. And you'll be surprised, and for me anyway, just going outside, enjoying the fresh air really does make a difference. I have, either if I'm going outside to work out or I'm going outside just to be outside to breathe in the fresh air and all that, like it's totally, like it's worth it. Like I always have, or I leave, or I go back inside in a better place mentally. And I don't know why the sun and the flowers do that, but it's interesting and it works for me. Kochira are currently at 89,000. 89,000. 6-4. 6-4 has broken 100K. 6-4 with the square tuck gets it. I meant to look up. Is the music playing? Okay, it is. Yeah, music's playing. I was initially going to say that 6-4 was in a bit of pickle, but no, I think 6-4 is perfectly fine at the moment. Was able to resolve those what could have been very problematic issues. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that was definitely a misshot for Kochira. Not sure what Kochira was trying to do there. But now it needs a long bar, and is he going to get it? The bar finally comes, but now without creating a fossilized square in Kochira's board. Meanwhile, 6-4 has a hole in their stack. It's not getting the right pieces, though. It's going to be forced to put more weight. Might go dirty. Still not getting the right pieces. We'll get the right piece. There's an opportunity to go dirty here, but won't be a clean well transfer, unfortunately. Touches for 6-4. 2-12. (6-4) with the S spin set up. Kochira, a bit of trouble here. He's getting square bursted. Kochira goes in level 10 at 180. 6-4, 239. (6-4) is forced to create a long bar dependency. We'll get it in a much better situation versus Kochira. Shira has to get this board down before or pretty soon, and it looks like it's just about to. But the parity on Kochira's board is pretty brutal. A nice burn, and the well is open again for Kochira. Waiting for long bar, gets it. 2-2. That could have been disastrous for Kochira, but Kochira is able to get out of this. He's back to clean. 6-4 is also clean. And Kochira, I believe, is caught up. I don't believe... Yeah, 6-4 was doing a lot of... push down points early in the game, and I was expecting 6-4 to be way ahead, but no, it looks like Kochira is caught up. And I think that's because Kochira was pretty high on the board for a while now, which gave Kochira the opportunity to catch back up. Because obviously if you are, further up the board, you're going to be burning more, and that's just how nature of the game works. Kochira on level 14 at 246, 6-4, 348. I can see how I say that is confusing, because 6-4 can be some maybe misinterpreted as a score versus it could be misinterpreted as a score versus 6-4's actual name. I think the only way to resolve that is through the tone in the way you say the name. So like, it's very hard to explain, but I've been trying to do that to make sure like there's just no confusion here. And I try to do it naturally anyway. There's just I want like my tone when saying the score updates to be, I guess, a little bit distinctive, so like there's no confusion. And so like what's happening now does not happen in the future. Kochira currently at 304, 6-4, 428. Double for 6-4 on level 18 speeds, I believe. Mischief the T for Kochira. Yeah, there's no way that tuck was going to happen. Double tuck was going to happen, unfortunately. I think for Das, that's pretty much... it's possible, I believe, but it's not easy. $6-4. Kochira goes in level 19 at 340. 6-4. 4 is actually behind in lines. We'll go into level 19 and in 190 lines? Actually, I'm not sure. I've never noticed that. I thought the transition to level 19 always happened at 130, but I guess not. Yeah, no. It would be 6-4 goes into level 19 at 510. About maybe like a over 100k score lead for 6-4. Kochira's board is kind of falling apart, and it's kind of high for a DAS player. Hangs the J and nope. I was going to say Kochira can anything get over to the right side, and that's a negative. Kochira tops out at 360. 6-4, you're good for game number 5. Or game number 6 in the set. GG's. I wasn't pushing down that game, which kind of mind effed me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There were so many games that I just, or the games, 3 games prior you were doing that, so I figured that you were doing it again. So yeah, that did mess me up in some way. But yeah, I think that's it for me, I believe. Actually, how do you report this? I know it might be, I think it's different for Submaxoutclub. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Hold on. Yes. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's not like you do it through the website. It looks like. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Perfect. Yeah, no problem. I love taking last minute matches. Why not? Doing this is so much fun. But GG's to both of you guys and good luck on the next round for SixFour. In the meantime, we're going to send you off to hopefully another streamer that is live. Let's see who's available. We're going to send you off to Panic Portal. Hope everyone has a good day. And bye now. I want to panic.